And now I get to catch up with some of the amazing cast of Romeo and Juliet here at the Tobacco Factory Theatres. Hello, this is Tim. Now he plays Daddy Capulet.
Hello.
And we've got Daisy here. Juliet.
Hiya.
And all the way over here we've got Papa, who plays Romeo.
Hello.
Hello there. Now I'm feeling slightly in awe because it's quite strange when you've been on a journey with you for the past 2.5 hours or something, and now I'm here with them in human form. They're real. Well, thank you first of all. Amazing production. Now Tim, you're Daddy Capulet, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm much nicer than my character.
Yes.
Which is a good thing because he's considered a bit of a villain.
He's a bit of a shouty dad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's quite horrible. But I don't think he's actually, we'd made a decision that he hadn't really shouted at Juliet before that scene because he hasn't really had the need to. I think Juliet's quite obedient in a lot of ways in what we see her with her parents before that. She has arguments with the nurse frequently in the kind of ways that you would have with family, people who you're close to.
She's a cool nurse though, isn't she?
She's a really cool nurse. She's sort of best friend and sister and mum all rolled into one, but she doesn't have the authority that her parents have. There's a lot of distance between Juliet and her parents.
Amazing. And what a whole journey. And yourself, I'm going to pass you this microphone over here, Papa. Now, how's it been for you to play Romeo?
It's a mental part. It's the kind of thing that as a young actor you kind of dream of doing. When you're training at drama school, you kind of spend hours and hours learning Romeo speeches and thinking
And there's some pretty epic speeches in there to learn, aren't they, for all of you, really?
Yeah. But sometimes, like when you've done it a million times, you start getting bored of the sound of your own voice when you're saying but soft or like doing it with their breaks. I really don't.
Reading get bored. But that's, I guess, when those words become part of you, then you can really make them your own, can't they? And that came across.
I think something brilliant that Polina, who directed the play, has done has made it really physical. It's a really physical play, and a lot of the text is really muscular, so it kind of demands that investing your whole body into it, your whole soul into it.
Hugely energetic. I mean, the first half of the show, I was almost like keeping up. My breath was racing with you guys, really. It was amazing. And the party scene, yes. Well, I can see you're all fit because they do take their clothes off at some point. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah. That's my favourite bit of the show.
There's no acting required.
No.
I do enjoy that bit.
We're all peeking through the curtains over there.
It's so beautiful. But I think it's so interesting because, as I said earlier to Polina, for me, Shakespeare's quite hard to keep my attention. I wouldn't say I'm a Shakespeare fan until it really comes to life, and you guys really, really brought it to life. It's an amazing thing. So, what were some of your favourite parts in the show, sort of for you?
For tonight? Or in general?
We can go with tonight, opening night.
Well, tonight went very, very smoothly. I thought that it felt like it really caught fire tonight. It felt like we've been working a lot. It's a very ambitious production. It feels like it's very much on the edge. It has felt like that in rehearsals, and there's just so much going on, not just for us, but also for the techies as well. There's very little room for error, and tonight it just all came together in this fusion of just. It was just one of those nights where it just fitted, and it was just the perfect night for that to happen because it is press night, and
you want it to be a good night on press night.
Absolutely. But it just feels so encouraging. Feels so encouraging and exciting for the rest of the run that we actually were able to pull it all together.
Thank you so much for talking to me, and I wish you a fantastic run while you're here. They're lush. It's an amazing performance. They're fantastic actors in the show, so do come along and check it out. What a show.
Did you enjoy it?
I really did.
Good,
I really did. And I'll be completely honest with you, quite often I can get quite switched off by Shakespeare and find it quite a drag to get through it.
Yeah.
Well, how did you come up with that reinvention of Romeo and Juliet?
I think it's reinvent. What do you mean by reinvention?
Well, how did you manage to hold my attention for the whole time?
I don't know. I think it helps. it helps sort of approaching the play like a new play. I took the entire text, cut out like Royal Court style, new work, what's good, what's bad, let's see how it works, let's see where we can move and shift things around and cut lines. So it's quite, I don't know whether you know the original text, it's quite a lean.
Right.
It's quite a lean cut.
Well maybe that's why.
And it's sort of, and it really drives through it, and also have an amazing, I think the cast are phenomenal.
They were.
I've been really, really lucky to find 14 people who sort of hold it together and who shared my vision of the piece and this sort of 1960s student riot sort of vibe that we had going on.
Yeah, and that really came through. It was incredibly energetic, but also...
We watched If. You know the Lindsay Anderson
I read
one?
about
Yeah. So we all watched that, and Baader-Meinhof Complex, and Saved by Edward Bond. So these are kind of the influences where it came from that sort of 60s energy, that sort of passion, that Second World War feel of having been born after the fighting, being influenced by the blood that's in the soil, but not having had a release for it. It's a bit like Peaky Blinders, but after the Second World War, if that makes sense.
It's a really, it's very current in the sense it's a teenage conflict is always going on, and gang warfare is going on, and love, of course,
I read Twilight in preparation for this, which is not good.
Now, about yourself and as a director, I mean, if you don't mind me saying, you seem like quite a young director.
Fairly young,
and sort of what inspired you to take the Shakespeare route?
Coming here when I was young, I came here because I went to badminton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, up in Westbury-on-Trim. So I came here to watch shows when I was 13, 14, 15, 16. I found my ticket from Macbeth from 2004 that Andrew directed. And so I think I had a real passion for theatre. I haven't done much Shakespeare apart from that. I've done Titus Andronicus, which is also very bloody and very angsty. But I haven't done much apart from that. I do a lot of foreign work and Russian work and translated Russian work, so I sort of approach the text like it's just a new text.
Yeah.
Now the show has just finished, and personally I thought it was incredible. But now it's time to go and find out what some of the audience thought.
It's just fabulous. I mean, the two young actors, Romeo and Juliet, were extremely powerful.
A brilliant portrayal of young love, actually, and the way that it was directed, and the Romeo and Juliet, the passion between them. I thought it was fab. Yeah.
Absolutely terrific. There were some amazing performances. Romeo, Mercutio, to name but a few. Fights were superb, and it's a really exciting production.
So what is one of your favourite scenes in this show?
I think the party scene was probably the scene
that was one of my favourites as well.
I like the dancing. I thought it was beautifully controlled, the way you could actually hear, the way she stopped movement so that you could hear what was going on between the couple in the centre. And I think it was tremendously well handled, really lovely.
I thought it was pretty amazing, to be honest. Romeo and Juliet is quite often a bit of a drag, there are so many different productions of it. This one was energetic, exciting, set in modern times, so really fantastic, and I think everyone should come and see it.
It's got such wonderful energy, and as a setting, there's almost a playground feel to it, and it gives such a youthful, vibrant, passionate, over-exuberant feel to the whole production. And I think almost everything should have a roundabout as a central location for all pieces going forward. It's just fabulous.